Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dre here for Stretford Paddock, and welcome back to another highlights package where Paddock play the first of 4 away consecutive games in the Cheshire League. Game number 1, we're here today against F.C St Helens, who are only 2 victories away from securing promotion into Division 1 of the Cheshire League. Something that Paddock had in their grasp only a few weeks ago. So frustrating to say now. It's been a tough year.
I think the biggest thing for us at the moment is scoring goals, and we've created enough chances but we've just not took them recently. And past couple of games we've had chances before we've gone 1-0 down maybe, and if we take them chances then we can obviously go 1-0 up and the game's completely different then, isn't it?
I feel like we have played really good football. Like, we've implemented what he's wanted us to implement. It's just we ain't scoring enough goals. We're not hitting the back of the net. Like, we're having multiple chances, and we should be on way more than 6 goal difference in the league. We're on 6 goal difference, and we should be on way more than that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Obviously, I was doing a bit of research, and the drop-off seemed to coincide with when we lost Kieran in January. Would you agree that was one of the biggest factors in the recent form this year? Would you say that?
It's a big loss because he did add a lot of goals, but there's lots of quality in the team, you know, from other players, and we are having the chances. Players are having the chances to back, and they're just not taking them. I think it's everybody. Everyone's having chances from centre half to winger to midfielder to striker.
There's 11 players on the pitch, isn't there? So everyone's got to take credit and responsibility at some point. And I think with Kieran going, we knew Kieran was going to be going anyway. It was a matter of when.
It's about how we adapt to him going.
So.
Right, still running, right? 5 games to go. We're playing for pride this year in a big fucking way, but I need to fucking see it from yous. You should all be aware about what's going on in terms of the plans that's happening with the club. Some of it's getting its way to you, some of it's you've not been told yet. This fucking club's going places. You lot are going to decide whether you're with us or not when we go there. The same way that you lot pick the team. It ain't me that picks the team. Your attitude, performances, training, it's you lot that picks the fucking team. It's a blank slate every single week as far as I'm concerned. If someone's in your spot and you want it, you go fucking take it. It's your spot. Be undeniable with what you do. You've got 5 games to go. We played this lot at home. They were big, they were physical, they were gobby. Your mate from ADOC's playing for him now as well. Have you seen him? The one that slapped you?
Ginger lad.
Yeah, he's in it. So, I think you know what game to expect. It's the same game every single week. There's things that you lot have got to fucking take control of. This team needs to win 3? 2 to get promoted. So the cup final factor that we have every single fucking week, just on the fact that the cameras are here, is now going to be here because they lot have got a motivation to win 2 fucking games. Because they must do. You lot have got to work for each other. Finish this fucking season on a high. So we can go into next season with some fucking momentum. No, so what's the target for next year?
Win every game.
No, so what's the target for next year?
Win every game.
Joe, what's the target for next year?
Win every game.
Can you do that from a standing start? No. You've got to have a fucking run up at that. For us to have a fucking good season next season requires us to finish this one strong. Simple as that then, innit? You know what you're fucking doing. It's about take the responsibility to go and fucking execute. Good attitude, good work rate, and fucking fight for each other. Because they're going to come out flying. So make sure that you fucking beat it. Alright? Let's go and have a good one.
2023 has been a tough year for Paddock, losing players through injury, work commitments, life commitments, and even being snatched by bigger clubs. But as Steve just said there in his team talk, Paddock's future is bright, and for some of the boys to be a part of that future, they need to forget about there not being promotion this season and play for the most important thing of all, pride.
Otherwise, we're in for a fucking tough game, aren't we?
Yeah, really fired up.
Yeah, yeah.
How'd you win?
Yeah, just play our football. Yeah, we can play, can't we? But we've got to put the ball on the back of the net.
Physicality.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to play the percentages though, because the pitch ain't great.
Yeah, it's not
Do you know what I
great.
mean?
So if it has to go in behind, just flip it.
Don't shoot
Make sure we've got a runner, that's all I'm
It's
saying.
bobbly as fuck, so.
You know what, there's been some fucking huge positives apart from the results. That's why if you've watched the highlights, you see what I've said after the game, and you've seen what I've said to you in the changing room. I haven't really fucking gone on at you, have I? Because you've not deserved it. Couple of mistakes that I know you're not making on purpose. Mistakes happen. As long as you don't make the same mistakes repeatedly, you're going to make mistakes, and I'm all right with that. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of taking chances to win games, though, because we've dominated possession in recent weeks, and we've played really good football, but we haven't had enough penetration. And Joe, an easy way for us to get penetration, and one of the best that we've got in the club at doing it, where is he? Nose.
Coming out.
When Nosa gets the fucking ball and plays it forward, if he starts running off the ball, give it him. Around the area here, we've not really had enough penetration. We make teams sit back against us because we're so good in possession. Just fucking Joa, Ronnie, Ryan, Nosa. Just fucking play someone in, scream for a fucking set and follow your pass. Because that little 1-2 is devastating. It doesn't necessarily need to be even as complex as an up, back and through. Literally just a fucking upset 1-2 and you're going to fucking open teams up because people don't follow those dynamic runs. And that's what we want to do, especially with you two coming in off the wings. If you two play a 1-2 with Ryan or with Nosa in and around here and have a shot, that's what today's all about. Get yourself in a position to have a fucking shot, but fucking compete, yeah? Put it on them in midfield. I want to see our midfield fucking own theirs. And that requires work rate. And that requires the fucking shape, doesn't it? So I want to hear it from the sideline. Start, as soon as this ball is kicked off, I want the fucking line high and I want us to be fucking demanding the shape out of possession. Because that's all that beats us, yeah? And when you get the ball, be fucking forward with it and look for those sets. You two look for those 1-2s off the wingers, and if they follow the run, you're in space, and you turn and you have a shot.
Go boys,
Easy,
yeah.
boys. Let's fucking let them know, boys.
Right, big game as usual. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. So in goal, Victor Jimenez keeps his spot. We got a back four from left to right of Will Hobson at left back, Tommy McFarlane and James Oak, the captain, at centre half, and Mikey Burke playing at right back. Midfield, we've got Joe Coleman filling in from the reserves as he does very well, nice and often. He partners up with Zach Bell and Nosa Iyamu. And we've got a front three of Ronaldo Brown on the left, Joe D'Andre on the right, and the main man up top, Ryan Kutumba. We've got Richie Ajay, Alan Kay and Paulo De Santos making up the substitutes. And we're underway. FC St Helens Reserves getting us underway as they pump the ball forward, keep possession, and they're trying to play it around a bit. Bit of a loose pass there. Can Kutumba put some pressure on the goalkeeper? So here's Paddock looking to play out from the back. Here's our captain, the main man. And here's our vice-captain, the second main man. Just enjoying a little bit of possession here, Paddock. Nice and calm. And Will Hobson has almost scored a beautiful own goal. So it is a corner after that interesting pass from Hobson. Headed away, flicked on, and it's in the back of the net. And Paddock, once again, have a shocker of a start. Absolute shocker. Corner from a mistake. It's headed in. It's flicked on. Just like Sheringham did to Solskjaer. And it's in the back of the net. And Paddock are 1-0 down.
Who was back stick?
There was someone there, but someone got a touch just before they got a touch.
Conceded another early goal, something that's happened too often this season, as St Helens have another opportunity to get the ball into the box here. It's a looper, it's won by the St Helens man, and Victor Jimenez has spilt it, and the ball is in the back of the net again, but the referee has given a foul.
If the keeper's got his hands on it, that's it. So no, he did. He had his hands on it, but you bumped into him and dropped it.
So St Helens back in possession here. Nosa trying to win the ball, but he doesn't. And number 10 is unleashed down the wing. St Helens with another chance. They beat McFarlane. They get it into the box. Headed away by Hobson. Chance not over. Shot on goal saved by Victor Jimenez. Here's that Bell. Linking up nicely with Mikey. Ball still in play. St Helens don't think it is, but Paddock play on. Here's Mikey. Good pass into Joa. Has his back to goal. Turns his defender beautifully and plays it into Ronaldo Brown. Here's Katumba now. Shot on the edge of the box. Corner to Paddock. Beautiful takedown. That is from the St Helens man. Controlled that lovely. And he spreads it to the opposite winger, who gets a shot on goal. Was never going to trouble Victor. Victor clears the ball. But it's won easily, too easily by St Helens. And they've got a space to have a shot. Ball hits the post. And Paddock saved by the frame of the goal. That was too easy. Too easy. Paddock need to step up here massively. And it could be an instant response as Katumba takes the ball down. He's on the left. Step over. Loses the ball, but it's a throw-in. Could be the last action of the half here. Poor goal kick from the keeper. And Paddock are... No, they don't have the ball. St Helens do. And they might be the team who can double their lead before the break. Chance for the man in the middle. He's one-on-one with Victor Jimenez. And a last-ditch tackle from Oatsy. Just saves Paddock there. That could have been game, set and match before the half-time whistle. Speaking of the half-time whistle, there it is. Paddock 1-0 down after a mistake early on. Let's see what Steve can do. He needs to get these boys back in the game mentally.
Like I said when we had a little break earlier, you did get a little bit rattled, but you rode it out. Now you might have rode your luck in that a little bit, and I would expect the next at least 5 minutes to be on top of you like that. Have you noticed how under pressure they are? Can you tell in how they're appealing, in how they're slowing it down, and how they're delaying it? This wouldn't happen to us much, where the opposition's under a lot more pressure than we are. You lot are under no pressure, apart from the pressure you put on yourself. No pressure here. Let's go and fucking express ourselves a little bit. Now, there's a few technical things that I think we can improve on, and we can make a difference in the second half. You've got to defend a little bit more vocally. That means organisation together a little bit as a team. They're overloading, very, very obviously overloading on the fullbacks. Very, very obviously overloading on the fullbacks. I'm not seeing what's happening on the far side so much, but I'm seeing what they're doing here with Mike in, and 2 or 3 around him, which is making us pull someone from the midfield. Yeah, like I said, I can't fucking quite see over there. So they're making us pull someone out of midfield, but they're not really playing for a midfield, so it's not a massive drama. They're playing through the big 6. And then the final thing to sort of remember is just be a bit earlier with it. If we have to go a bit more direct, because it's grass, isn't it? And it's not the flattest pitch I've ever seen. So it's not the easiest pitch to play on. I don't mind if the next 5 goal kicks we just fucking oof it, but try and win the second ball. So that's a high line and focus on the second ball. That means 11 fucking aggressive blue players.
We've got to literally get in the big club.
Yeah, you've got to fucking win the second.
Because usually we're all over the fucking pitch.
Usually Ryan wins it, there's no one.
Yeah, in the times in that game, there's just the gaps are so big. It's like everyone's just like that. Especially when we're defending as well. It's just the recovery runs, the transitions of play were far too wide out, and just it just looks like everyone's doing their own thing.
Everyone know the shape when we lose the ball. 4-1, 4-1. Narrow, compact. Diego Simeone's wet dream. That's what we're looking for when we don't have the ball. Now, with this lot, I don't think it's fully necessary to have a real fucking shell and sort of be really compact with it, because what they do when they get it, they're just going percentage balls. They're going in the channel and they're fucking trying to fight for it. Yep. Any questions? Tempo.
So Paddock getting us underway this half, and it is so important that the Paddock boys step up early in this half. Almost try and do what St Helens did to Paddock. Get an early goal. Out of nothing really. Out of a mistake. They've got to do it, boys. They're playing for pride, as Steve said earlier on. Sun out today, absolutely roasting. Beautiful football weather. A few boys with their thermals on, God knows why, as the ball gets headed over the top. And that is a mistake from Adji. And there's a chance for St Helens. They get the shot. Oh, what a save from Victor Jimenez. Unbelievable.
No, he's made some great saves this year.
And it doesn't matter though, because the save from Victor led to a corner and Paddock failed to deal with the ball in the box again. Second time today. They don't win the header in the box. It's too easy for the opposition and they're 2-0 down and they only have themselves to blame.
Bastard in things.
Why are we standing still at corners? I just don't get why people don't move towards the ball. It's such a basic thing. Get to the fucking ball.
Just not good enough from Paddock. And there's another chance for St Helens to get the ball into the box. They'll have confidence. Paddock will not be confident. Chance for a shot from number 11. Important block from Zach Bell. Puts it behind for a corner. Just not been good enough from Stretford Paddock today. Defending set pieces. They've all got themselves to blame. And they're in again. St Helens in again. 1-on-1. Number 9 takes it to the side and he shoots and it just goes over the bar. Thankfully, very shaky performance from Paddock whilst out of possession in all areas of the pitch, really. And again, it's too easy for St Helens. They're in again. They're in behind. And there's a chance for a shot. Big tackle from McFarlane. Number 7 shoots. Brilliant save again from our shot stopper, Victor Jimenez. Still alive though. Now the ball back again. But St Helens loop it into the box and that's easy for the keeper. So Paddock, they're still in the game if they can get a goal here. Ball headed away. Who's going to pick this up? Ronaldo Brown does. Giving it back to Adji. We've got a chance here. It's James Oak crossing it in. The unlikely man. Kutumba gets a shot away. And that is an excellent save from the St Helens keeper.
Oh, still in! Ryan, brilliant that, mate!
Kutumba there. Beautiful shot. Flicked on. Cleared away. Get him out, says the St Helens coach. But here's Richie. Gets it out wide to Zach. Can Zach get a ball into the box? Kutumba looks dangerous. Ball lost by Coleman. And there's another chance here. And St Helens have got 3-on-2. They play the ball into the man in the middle. And Ronaldo Brown just does enough to put the man off. Last ditch tackle. Help Victor Jimenez make the save. And Paddock somehow are only 2 down. Still. As St Helens still have possession. This is getting chaotic, boys and girls. All over the gaff. And that is a foul from Coleman off the ball. No, it's not. Ref says it was a coming together. I think that was the right decision. Ball lumped forward. Can Paddock get a chance on goal now? Kutumba tries to bring it down. But he had 3 defenders on him. And the ball finally with the keeper. Gee, I can catch my breath. That was pretty intense, boys and girls. Pretty intense. Coleman brings it down, tries to turn. Ball's lost though, and St Helens are in again. The high Paddock line. Oh my God, it could have been 3 again. The ball just trickles past the post. Headed on. Joe is in here. Can he get a vital touch on? There's contact. He's asking for a penalty, but I just don't think there was enough there. Not long left now. Paddock need to score as soon as possible, really, as Ronaldo Brown tries to beat his man, but he cannot do it. Can he win it back, though? Paddock, high up the pitch. Oh, and that's a big tackle by Mikey Brown. Completely missed the ball. Took the man. It's kicking off a little bit here. Just needs to calm down a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to go... am I going to go to fight commentary mode? Oh, there's a guy. Oh, look at that guy with the skinny jeans. Getting involved there. Trying to pull Mikey away. He's pointing. He's not happy. Don't know what the referee's going to do here. And he's sent off the St Helens man. So we're in stoppage time now. Paddock probably lost this game now. Just don't think there's enough time. As St Helens take it into the corner, and a moment of madness from James out there. He's just taken the man out. He knows straight away he's made a bad decision. He's going to get his second yellow, and it gets worse for Paddock. The squad today has been depleted because of injuries, and now our best player, arguably, our centre-half, has been sent off. So no Oatsy next week. St Helens in the corner. Wasting time. Paddock win it back. I don't think there's long left. And that is the final whistle. Big result for St Helens as they get an important win. They only need one more win now to go up next season. But it's worse for Paddock. Paddock again failing to win on the road. It's a 2-0 loss. Oatsy's out next week. It's getting difficult, guys. It's getting difficult. But we must move on. Another big game next week. Playing for pride, as Steve says. Playing for pride. And these boys really need to focus on that now.
It was set pieces, but why did we get the set pieces?
Mistakes leading to set pieces.
Yeah, it's 2 silly mistakes that we know we're better than. Have basically just given corners. Absolutely no need for. But one thing I said to you in the dressing room before the game is be aggressive at set plays, and we're just not. We're just watching them as the balls are coming in. And do you know what? We've actually been very good at set plays this season, really, at defending them. We was actually pretty good at them, but today that was shocking. Now, I certainly don't think that's a performance to write home about, but what you conceded on was poor. And so has been the last couple of weeks at training. You're not going to improve, and for those of you that think you can play higher, you're not going to play higher unless you're doing the basics. And the most basic thing is getting to training. Now we all have, I didn't make training this week, I had my fucking car robbed. So I'm on foot patrol, on a bus. So I ain't perfect either. And things happen in your life that mean that you can't miss it. But we've gone from having fucking amazing numbers at training. I was very proud of the numbers at training this season. So the last 2 weeks has been what? Was it fucking 3 and 7?
No, 7 including all 4 squads on Tuesday.
Oh right, okay.
Thursday was 4 people.
It's just not acceptable, is it? So whatever the fuck you think you want to do in the game, it starts with training. And everything always goes back to the first thing in the dressing room, attitude. Your attitude towards training, your attitude towards matches, your attitude in the games. Everything comes through attitude. So, I'm not going to say any more on this today, unless Oatsy wants to. Get your asses there at training on Tuesday, and let's fucking put the work in and finish fucking strong. Yeah?
It's bad. It feels like everything you do is just wasted. Everything. Every time you get the ball and you make a save, it's just useless, and eventually you just. I think that doesn't help with performance, but gotta do my job, and I've got to make the saves when I can.
Yeah.
It's a shame not to keep the clean sheet today, but.
How has the introduction of Martin into the squad, an extra goalkeeper, impacted your morale, your mentality towards football?
I think having someone else there, it's obviously, aside from the competition aspect of it, it helps with just improving yourself and just performance. But at the same time, him playing gave me time to recover from little niggles that I might have had, instead of just having to play despite the injuries. Yeah. So I think it helped that way, and then that's obviously helped my performance when it comes to that.
Most unorganised I've seen us this season.
Yeah, everyone's just walking back. We had such a good December, didn't we? And it's just gone shit now.
All the performances look disjointed.
Yeah, it's so unorganised. It's like we've never played together before.
It looks like the attackers are doing their thing, the midfielders are doing their thing, and the defence is doing their thing.
Looks like
that's what it looks like.
Goal play.
Yeah, that's my view of it.
It's not going to work.
All right, hang on, just one at a time in a minute. So I agree on what Zach's just said and what Tommy's just said. You both made the same point there. How does it get better if we're not training though?
No, it doesn't.
Training, doing things during the week, doing things on the weekend, and I understand that people might be doing stuff or have plans already, but we've got second season we played together, and I'm still saying we don't do enough on the weekends after games, and I feel like it's a fucking broken record. It's the same people out every weekend. Just go for food or something. I don't fucking know. Bowling was good.
As well, like, get the bus. The bus is there. It's not for the media team. The bus is for you.
Yeah, I bought a bus for you fuckers.
So why don't we just get
to
on the
do
bus?
a little bit of bonding.
Like today, like it's an half-an-hour ride. If all of you get the bus, I'll put some booze in it.
Isn't next week back
Say
round
it,
here
yeah.
again?
Yeah.
It's an early kick-off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we bussing it now? You're not fucking playing anyway. You could just be number one
I think it
fucking
counts for
boozer.
the game after though. Does it not count for the game after?
It depends when it comes through.
Oh, right, when it comes through.
I absolutely, completely disagree with the concept that the only things that's to play for is to win things or to not be relegated or to be promoted. You play the full quota of fixtures. That's what's to play for. So I absolutely disagree with the concept that there's nothing to play for. This lot should be playing for their places because I'm going to go recruit hard in the summer. We know some of the things that are about to happen with the club over summer. And those things I imagine will attract some strong competition for the first team. So what I can suggest to the players is, if you want to be part of the journey that this football club's going to go on over the next 4 or 5 years, there is a lot to play for. And that's, I'm absolutely deadly serious on that. The club's going to be going places. And all right, am I happy with how the season's panned out? You better believe I'm not. I probably take this as hard or if harder than anybody involved in the club. It's basically a full-time job that I don't get paid for. The amount of hours I do every week, this matters. And I do, like I said, I absolutely can't agree that there's nothing to play for. Well, we, as a football club, we're fortunate that we have a large reach. My email inbox is constantly filled up with people wanting to come and trial or come and attend training. So that's a positive for us as a football club. We're not a team that goes out and actively, like, what can I offer you? You can come and play here, there's a little bit of exposure. I haven't really got anything else to offer you. So anyone who's watching this and goes, I fancy a bit of that, yeah, just get in touch and we'll tell you where we're training and how you can get involved. And as this season ends, we'll start putting stuff out on social media about where we're going to be training in pre-season. And all I'll say is, everybody gets a clean sheet. I don't know if you guys caught it before the game. The players pick the team. Yeah. And an extrapolation of that is the players pick the squad. So if there's 10 new guys watching this video that turn up and are better than the players that are occupying the shirt, they will be the ones that play. That is it. There is, how many times do you see people that have worked for us, Will, Cam, Ronnie, do they find themselves on the bench if someone's playing better than them? There are zero favourites here. My requirement is who are the best 11 players that I can pick on any given day. That's who plays. So if you want to come and play for us, it's an entire meritocracy. You will play if your attitude is right and your performances are right, and that's it. But ultimately, we were never going to win every single division we was in. I'm inexperienced. Half of the reason of me doing this is to learn more about the game. And there's going to be hiccups in that. There's going to be mistakes I'm making. There's mistakes the players are making, because all of us are all at this level for a reason. There's a reason that they're not playing for Manchester United today, and there's a reason I'm not managing Manchester United today. We are at this level because we are at this level, and we're just trying to be better and trying to learn what we can and improve.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
So that defeat means Paddock stay within the bottom half of the table in 8th place with a 5-point cushion over 9th place Lymm Rovers. But Paddock only have themselves to blame for today's loss. On Grand National weekend, they just were not at the races. Mikey and Oatsy said today pre-match that Paddock were creating enough chances but not taking them, but that just wasn't the case today. They weren't making enough chances. Addition to that, defensive errors and too many occasions in the middle of the park where Paddock were just second to the ball. But it's onwards and upwards, and a trip to Pilkington next weekend, Paddock have a chance to get revenge over the under-23 side. Guys, don't be forgetting to subscribing and liking the video. Get in the comments. Who do you think played well today? Any positives? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next week.
Real fan ownership, real fan input, real fan change, real fan power. 50+1, we can go better than that. 100+ none. Download our app, view the free content, read about the club, that's fine. But if you want more, become a member. To vote, to go behind the scenes, to make an impact, interact with a global community around the world, influencing how we grow, where we play, club ethics and values. The more members we have, the faster we grow. Support the club, run the club, own the club. club. This is ours and no one will take it away. The future is in all our hands.